You're an entrepreneur or small business owner, right? Are you utilizing Facebook ads or Instagram ads? If not, it's probably because you just don't know how to produce the content. At earlhallstudio.com, we can create an audio commercial as well as video commercials for you to really get attention to your business and make more money. Audio commercials for radio and audio platforms start at just $99. Or you can go all in with a great commercial for your business to be aired online or even on TV, starting at just $197. Get more information at earlhallstudio.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome into the podcast today. Thanks so much for tuning into Aligned with Your Purpose. I'm your host, Earl Hall. Got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about how to get more followers, more people in your tribe through podcasts. Now, it may sound a little bit daunting, but believe me, we're going to simplify this for you on today. Make sure you do visit the website alignwithyourpurpose.co. This morning, we're going to be talking about, or it could be afternoon or night, whatever time you're listening to this, right? But we're going to be talking about how you can utilize podcasts to get more exposure, to get more people to listen to what it is that you are offering. Doesn't matter whether you have a product or a service. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, getting people to hear you, getting people to see you, and giving them information that they want is one of the, if not the most important thing that you can do. This is all about content marketing. The person that produces the most content, the best content, I should say, the most engaging content for their tribes are going to be the ones to win. I've said many times before, if you don't have a tribe, you don't have money. Because your tribe, your followers, your loyal fans are the ones that want to consume more and more of your content all the time, especially when it's good, especially, or most importantly, when it's helping them achieve their goals. One of the main things that I live on is that if I cannot help you be successful, I can't be successful. And this is the name of the game. In the era that we live in right now, people are looking not only for information, they're looking for specific action steps to take so they can build what they're trying to build. Or if you have a product that they can use that's going to aid and assist them in reaching their goals, that's the name of the game. I've said before that one of the things that you can do is start your own podcast. Now, believe me, I'm going to be talking about more than just starting a podcast. This is going to go deeper than that. But every person out there, I don't care who you are, I don't care the product or service, one of the best ways to get your expertise out there is to start a podcast. Simply an audio podcast. And I'm talking specifically about audio because it's one of the things that does not require someone to just sit in front of their screen and watch video. Video obviously is not going anywhere, and it's one of the great things that you can do to build brand awareness. But when you do an audio podcast, people can listen to it in the background. They can multitask while they're doing it. They're not just stuck in front of the screen watching you, as a talking head, talk about the things that you can do and the things that you can provide. Now, there are reasons to do a video podcast, especially if you're doing like a how-to, where you want to show your screen or you've got a PowerPoint presentation or things like that you kind of have to show people what it is that you're talking about. But when it comes down to producing an audio podcast, you can sit here basically like I'm sitting here right now. I'm talking into a microphone and I'm going to produce a final output that you're consuming right now. So when you think about the thing that you really want to do to make to really make an impact on your business, your product or service, and also to become the go-to person that people know they can get this type of information from, that right there is really a part of the ingredients to the secret sauce that you're trying to build. building that awareness, building that know, like, trust factor is extremely important. So, what are some of the things that you can do to actually expound on that, even above and beyond what you do by creating your own podcast? And I'm going to get into something very specific after the break. So you want to make sure that you stay tuned for this. But as you're creating your podcast, one of the things that you can do is search out other people in your industry that you know, like, and trust, and interview them. Let me tell you what happens when you do that. When you have a beginning or a small or medium-sized following, whatever those numbers mean to you, you can go out and invite guests on your podcast that have huge followings. And believe me, they're going to want to come on your podcast if it is produced appropriately, because before they tell you yes, they're going to go out and see what you've done already. So that means you've got to be producing some things now. You've got to have some things in the pipeline already before someone with a big audience is even going to pay attention to you. Now, what happens when you get this guest on that has, a Google of followers? When you interview them, most likely they're going to share that podcast with their audience. They're going to share that with their tribe. And what's going to happen is you're going to have cross-pollination. Some people in your tribe are going to follow this person, and some people in that tribe of that person you just interviewed are going to come over and follow you as well. This is how you can start really building an audience of people that are extremely interested in what it is that you have to say. It's one of the best ways. If you are a YouTuber, you get other YouTubers that are talking about the same things that you're talking about, and you interview them on your YouTube channel. Podcaster, it's even easier. All you have to do, and there's so many different podcasting platforms out here. Some of them will allow you to bring other people on with inside the platform. But one of the easiest ways to do interviews is really through something as simple as Skype or Zoom, and just record the conversation. It's super easy to do. But I tell you what, I'm about to go to break, and when I come back, I'm going to give you a solution that can help you even farther. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Get the book Align with Your Purpose by Earl Hall. Find and walk in your purpose. Get the answers to your questions about life and how to make it exactly what you want are in this book. This is your chance to stop living in a life you hate. Discover how to manifest the life you actually want. Get Align with Your Purpose now on Amazon, paperback, Kindle, or audiobook. You're an entrepreneur or small business owner, right? Are you utilizing Facebook ads or Instagram ads? If not, it's probably because you just don't know how to produce the content. At earlhallstudio.com, we can create an audio commercial as well as video commercials for you to really get attention to your business and make more money. Audio commercials for radio and audio platforms start at just $99. Or you can go all in with a great commercial for your business to be aired online or even on TV, starting at just $197. Get more information at earlhallstudio.com. And welcome back into the program. Thanks so much for keeping it locked right here on Align with Your Purpose. I'm your host, Earl Hall. I want to make sure that you do visit the website, www.alignwithyourpurpose.co. You can also get the book by the same name, Align with Your Purpose, available now on Amazon in paperback, Kindle, and audiobook format. Today, we're talking about how to get more followers through podcasts. Now, in the first section, we talked about, or the first segment rather, we talked about how you can create your own podcast as far as why you ought to be doing that as a content creator. It doesn't matter what kind of entrepreneur or business owner you are, whether you have a product or a service, you creating a podcast can be one of the things that really, really builds your tribe. It builds your footprint on the internet. And of course, you're going to be sharing this all across social media. We touched on even inviting other guests in your same genre or business that do the same types of things that you do, interviewing them on your podcast so that you can get the attention of their audience as well. Because many times they're going to share the interview that you do with them to their tribe, which is going to increase the awareness that people have of you. But now here's the thing, and it's one of the easiest things to do. And it does not matter what kind of entrepreneur, what kind of business owner you are. We've already talked about you getting guests on your show. But one of the greatest things that you can do is get on someone else's show. If you simply do a simple search on any podcast platform for people that do podcasts in your same type of genre or business, or provide the same types of products or services that you provide, if they're doing a podcast, one of the things that every content producer is hungry for is more content. That's right, more content. Getting someone else on their podcast is something that is always at the top of mind. But look, they want to get people on that know what they're talking about. They already have a footprint and they have something to bring to the table. And please don't worry about competition, because in the era that we live in, having friends in your same genre can be extremely powerful. And when you can convince them to bring you on to their show, which, by the way, it's not even hard. When you go on any podcast site, whether it's iTunes or Blog Talk Radio or Spreaker or Anchor, and you listen to or do a search for different types of podcasts, and you see that they interview other professionals, all you have to do is send them a simple email. Send them an email or connect with them on social media or whatever. Even put a comment in the post of that particular podcast saying, hey, I have a podcast that, when I talk about such and such, I think we might need to connect and see if I can come on your show and potentially you can come on mine as well. It's that simple. You might not want to leave that actually in the comments on the podcast. You want to do some research. Figure out how you can connect with them on social media. LinkedIn is a great source for this, to be able to find people that are doing podcasts. So you go to the podcast platform, you look up a podcast that's in your genre, you discover if they're doing interviews, you then find them on social media and you send them a direct message. It's that simple. People think that, well, I haven't been in business as long as they've been in business. I haven't done this. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is, are you a good content producer? Are you someone that they know if they bring you on the show, you're going to be engaging. You're going to have some charisma about you. You're going to be fun and engaging to listen to. Because if you're not, they're not going to bring you on their podcast. Plain and simple. You don't want someone coming on your podcast being boring and just giving yes, no answers. You want someone that can engage the audience that you've built. And so this works hand in hand two ways. You can reach out to people that need other people to come on to their podcast to interview. And at the same time, and this happens to me all the time, someone will interview me and then I will interview them. And the cycle continues and it goes on and on and on. It's just a matter of you being able to reach out. Look, I hope this has been informative for you, and I want you to go out there and do whatever it takes to start producing some content, especially in the form of an audio podcast or even a video podcast. So make sure you do visit the website, alignwithyourpurpose.co. Take advantage of the free stuff that we've got there. I want to send a shout out to Conversations Radio Network. I'm aired there Monday through Friday, 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. And shout out to Cyrus Rebb, the owner of Conversations Radio Network. Make sure you do visit my website, alignwithyourpurpose.co. Click on the link at the top that says live, broadcast, and podcast. Choose the podcast platform you'd like to follow me on, and please leave me a comment and give me a like. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You take care. Bye now.